coming. I'm going to do a workshop. Who was here yesterday with Shanaz in the workshop? Anybody? A couple of us. It was a workshop, and what I took from that is there's a lot of sitting and listening in this conference, so I want you to be doing things today, okay? And I'm going to need you to join in. If I want volunteers, I've already got my eye on this young man who says he loves mathematics. So please join in. It's been my privilege and my honor to come. My first trip to Pakistan. I love it. Huge thanks to Hodder and to Beacon House and Humera and MK Books and Sharoon and all the lovely people who've looked after me. It's been brilliant. I think, is the clicker working? Excuse me? Is the clicker working? How do we do it? Yep, there we go. I'm glad he introduced me. We have one problem. The way the screen is set up in this room, my slides should be an oblong, and they're coming out as a square. But that pretty much sums up what the AI said. You don't need to hear any more about that. So, this clicker, sorry. It's not so great. I'm embarrassed to be talking to you about pattern and maths because you gave the world Islamic patterns, which I spend a lot of time enjoying with children in the UK. Just reflecting for a moment on the conference so far, because this is not my world. I've taken so much that I'll take home, and just to say to everybody, we have the same struggles in the UK. We worry about virtual learning, the role of teachers going forward. And I took such heart from the workshops yesterday, those very, very top businessmen talking about we need a new skill set. It's not the end of teaching, it's not the end of humanity. The comment about it won't be AI that take your job. It'll be the person who knows what to do with it. And interesting for me too, if I can be candid, if I can be honest, working as I have done for the last week with teachers from Beacon House schools, what I pick up, I might be wrong. A lot of this happens in my sessions. Finished, done, finished. What's this about, people? Is it all about being first, completing? And I keep saying to the children, no, think harder. You haven't solved it. There's 6 ways to do it. No, you've only found one thing. And I'm feeling for myself, maybe you need a culture shift in education. Because if we're going to talk about the reason I'm doing this, come on, clicker. If we're thinking about the school of tomorrow, we need to think about the sort of children, the sort of thinkers and makers and creators that we need. Should I be pointing at something particular to make this work? Maths is, I am not saying maths not at the heart. Maths is absolutely at the heart. We need our mathematicians, but I think possibly, not just in your country, the winners, the clever ones are seen as the fast finishers and the ones who do the procedural maths. But true mathematical thinkers are not just procedural. And I'm going to be asking you to think this morning. The really good mathematicians are creative, they seek patterns, they solve problems. And we have had great fun in our training doing exactly that, ideas that can be taken back to the classroom. And also encouraging you to work with other people. We heard yesterday on every platform that the big employers want people who are team players, who work together, who don't just hide the answers so they finished first, and that they can talk mathematics. So what I want to share with you today, to me, if you don't learn to love maths when you very first go into early years classes, if you don't learn to see maths as something intriguing and beguiling and interesting, then we've failed. So I'm going to do some maths tricks this morning, some magic, because a lot of magic is about maths. Okay, so let's get going. What I would like, I'll try this with shouting out, I would like a selection of 3-digit numbers, and each digit must be different, so 647 or something like that. So could I have one, please? 123. Okay, another one. Sorry? 512. Very good. Lovely loud voice, sir. Okay, remember, I am a head teacher, so I can be very bossy, so no talking during the session like I keep seeing. One more. Yeah? Pardon? Not 019, because that's not a 3-digit number, is it? That's a 2-digit number. So we've got 1, 2, 3 already. Yeah? Try again. Come on, another one. 146. And I'll take one more. We've got that already. 478, right. Okay. So, would somebody who hasn't given me a number like to choose one of the numbers? Did you give me a number? Go on then, which one do you like? You like 512. So he likes 512. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 512 and I'm going to reverse the digits and I'm going to find the difference, okay? I'm going to find the difference. So I have to go like this, don't I? Exchange. Okay. So now I have 297, that is the difference. Now I'm going to reverse the digits and I'm going to add. And I'm going to keep doing this until I reach a 4-digit number. Here we go. 7 add 2 is 9 altogether. Sorry, I'm going to school teacher mode. 9 add 9 is, so we carry the 100. 2 add 7 is, okay, right. Here's where the magic begins. I gave the book that I'm reading to Humera earlier on. Where's Humera sitting? Humera, right. I would like you to turn to page 108. Okay. You can check us, Sharoon. Okay. Could you start at the very top and could you count and could you tell us what the 9th word is? On the top row. No, what is the word? 1. So the word is 1 like that? Yeah. Sir, could you stand up? Could you look underneath the cover of your chair and see if there's an envelope there? Have a little look. Could you open the envelope and could you show everybody what it says? Hold it up and show everybody, don't show me. Look at that! So how did I do that? That's amazing, isn't it? I didn't know what number. You chose the numbers. You chose the 1. You had the book. And you were sitting on that chair. I haven't got time to tell you how I did it, but I can tell you this. It's to do with mathematics. And I expect you to work it out before I go, okay? It's the magic of mathematics. So, more tricks in a minute, but let's just look at the art of maths a little bit. So, we have people like this. I don't know if people like this are in your curriculum. There are amazing mathematicians in history. So Leonardo da Pisa, he was actually called Leonardo, not Fibonacci, 12th century Italy. He discovered this amazing number pattern that was created initially by putting a pair of rabbits in a field and watching how they could reproduce so quickly. And he noticed there was a particular, they had 1 month and they can have babies, 1 month old. Imagine that, people. Yeah, imagine the population crisis then, my God. So he came up with this very, very interesting number sequence, the Fibonacci sequence that we see a lot in mathematics. But we also see it in nature. If you look closely at flowers, the petals on flowers, which the man is blocking, they usually have 3 petals, 5 petals, or 8 petals. So the number of petals you see on flowers follows this sequence. Sorry, you're actually blocking the pictures. You're actually blocking the images, sorry. In the spirals in nature, if you look at spirals that occur in nature and you unwind them, they follow the same amazing pattern. So who made it up first, nature or Fibonacci? And then if you take the numbers, this image is distorted. I'm sorry, this does not make the point because of the square. If you take that number sequence and you create the squares, those should be squares. They're not quite right. You get this amazing spiral. And if you take adjacent Fibonacci numbers and divide one by the other, you always get this number, 1.618. And it's called the golden ratio. And this is why I find it so amazing. Did they know about this first, or what? Again, apologies that the images are not quite right because of the screen shape. But if you look at art in history and even buildings in history, because they wanted perfect proportions, forget AI and cosmetic surgery, it was all about perfect proportions in previous centuries. Artists used that golden ratio to make sure their pictures, their paintings, and their buildings looked good. So maths is part of our history. It's beautiful. It's not just a page of calculations. And when I've been a teacher, we've taken great time to get our children to be amazed by maths and intrigued by maths and seeing how maths connects with so much of our world. Time for more magic. I need a volunteer on stage. I assume these slides will be shared and that you can have a go at this at home. So, what I want you to do is I want you to think of a number between 1 and 63, and I want you to write it on that bit of paper, and then I won't look. Will you show everybody so we can help you do the magic? So choose a number between 1 and 63. And I'm not looking. Hold it up and show everybody. Have you done it? Right, hide it. Hide it, hide it, hide it. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, everybody really, I'm going to show you some cards like that. And if you can see your number on that card, just answer yes. Okay, make sense? So, is your number on that card? Yes? Is your number on that card? Is it on that card? No. Is it on that card? Is it on that card? Yes? Is it on that card? Was it 49? Ah! 48! No, oh no! Ah! Sometimes. Right, we're going to go back. This is hard. This is a hard trick. I have to read your mind. Let's start again. Is your number on that card? Shows I'm human. Is it on this one? No. Yes on that one. $47. Yes! Okay. Somebody else want to have a go. Somebody else want to have a go. And I want you to be thinking, how am I doing it? Apart from being... Somebody else like to have a come up and choose a number? Come on. We're trying to get children to be playful with math. Thank you. So you could use the same bit of paper. You can make little cards. In the UK at Christmas, you sometimes get these cards in a little cracker, and you can play it. There's a trick to it. Have a think. So you choose a number, sir, and show everybody. Between 1 and 63. I was close when I said 49. I didn't quite get the units vibe from him. Can you work out how I'm doing it? Okay. When you're ready, sir, just tell me. Yep, okay. So, hide it, and I'm going to stare into your eyes and try and get it right. Is your number on this page? No. Is it on this one? Is it on this one? What? Oh, hang on. Yes. Hang on. Let's start again. You've thrown me now. Let's start again. It is not on this one. It is on this one. It is on this one. Yep. Okay. No. Yay! Anybody know how I'm doing it? Yes. Oh my God, did you know that or did you work it out? You worked it out. Did anybody, go and have somebody else say? I'd love to say I'm that clever, but I'm not. As I said to you, tricks are all about mathematics. That would require a lot more brain than I have. There is a trick. This lady's worked it out, but maybe you didn't hear, which I'm quite glad about. You're absolutely right. Some of the cards are odd numbers. Some of the cards are even numbers. There's absolutely something about that. Well spotted. Anybody else see what I was doing? Because it's just a trick. I'll get somebody to come and do the trick in a minute, and you'll realize that it's easy. Okay. What this lady said was, and I know we're spoiling the trick if someone does it now. Look at the numbers in the top left-hand corner. So on the first card, it's 32. Second card, it's 4. Third card is 16. Then we have 2. Then we have 8. And then we have 1. I deliberately put them in not in the right order, but does anybody recognize that sequence? Sorry? It is an arithmetic sequence. It's a very, 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 very big part of our lives and of this conference. I'll tell you what, I'll say the numbers in the right order. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. It's doubling, okay? Does anybody know what we call that sequence? It's called the binary sequence, okay? And the binary sequence is how we code. This is computer coding. So the binary sequence, there's a bit of computer coding. If you look, it only has zeros and ones. And in our base 10 system, the Arabics, thank you, the system that we've all adopted, we have 10 digits. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one group of 10 and nothing. One group of 10 and 1. But in the binary sequence, we go 1. One group of 2. One group of 2 and 1. And we have to exchange every time. And this is we get the binary sequence like this. And the reason this underlies our computer coding is because it's just on, off, yes, no, and, or, not. It's binary, yeah? There's not lots of options. And when you're coding, this is how code is created. So there we are. We're all talking about AI and coders and coding of the future, which I truly believe machines will do. We don't need coders in the future. But we need to understand the beauty of the pattern underneath it. And why that trick worked is, if you take that number sequence, where is it gone? If you take that number sequence at the bottom, you can combine it to make any number. If I said to you, try to make every number from 1 to 106, 200, you could do it by combining those numbers. Look, here's an example. That's the binary sequence as it goes. Can you see? So in binary, we don't say 1, 2, 3, 4. We say 1, 10, 11, 100, 101, 110. And if you look at a number like 155, that is how you would write 155. None of us are going to do that. God, it'd be awful living in base 2. But I want you to understand it's the basis of coding. And I think in my school, certainly in my schools that I work with, we would explore these number patterns so that when they go to secondary school or when they get their jobs as coders, they understand what they're doing and they see the potential of that number. If we have time, we may well have time, we're doing well, we might do a little investigation where we use it. Okay. Now, talking about the binary sequence, there's an ancient story, I think it's from China, that the man who invented chess, the king was so proud of him and so pleased, he said, "You have given me the best game in the world. What would you like as a reward?" And this is ancient China, where food was scarce, and the king was rich, and everyone was poor. So think of a 64 square chessboard. It's not square because we have our proportion problem. And the man said to him, "Your Majesty, I want no money. This is what I would like you to give me in gratitude. I would like you to give me 1 grain of rice on the first square, 2 grains on the second square, 4 grains on the third square, and 8 grains on the fourth square." Do you recognize the sequence? It's our binary sequence. It's also exponential growth, which we talk about in business. But do we understand the mathematics? Now, just for a minute, you can have a go if you can grab a bit of paper. There's some paper on your tables that looks like this. Don't write on that side, but you could use the back. Just keep on doubling. I think this man was onto something. You won't get very far. Just keep doubling. Double 1 is 2. Double 2 is 4. Double 4 is 8. Double 8 is 16. Just go just for 30 seconds. Just go for 30 seconds. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but you'll see very quickly that this man was very clever, very canny. Yeah. Keep going. He had 64. Remember, there was 64 squares. Okay, I'm going to stop you. Has anybody, what's the biggest number somebody's got up to? 4,096. Hang on, this guy here's got up to 32,768, and that's on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. On the 16th square, he's already got 32,000 grains of rice. Now, he's going to go on till the 64th square. Are you ready to see how much rice he got? On the 32nd square, he had 1,073,741,824. And on the last square of the chessboard, and the legend goes that there was no rice left in the kingdom, this is how many grains of rice he had. Oh, no, wrong, back one, sorry. I can't even say that number. If you keep on doubling, we talk about exponential growth. That is an amazing number. The legend goes that he could have reached the moon if he'd put all the grains of rice together. And yet the king, just as I would, thought, yeah, of course, that's fine. 1 grain, 2 grains, 4 grains, 8 grains. He thought it was a good deal. And when we do this as a maths problem in school, those numbers are too big. But we say to the children, go home to your parents. Do you have pocket money in Pakistan? Do parents give children pocket money? Yeah. So we go home to your parents and say, Mum, you can either give me £100 every month for the rest of my life, or just for the month of January, 1p on the first day, 2p on the second day, 4p on the third day. And the mother goes, well, that'll be about a £5. She said, really, just 1 month, and then I don't give you any more money? The child goes, yes, Mum. And of course, the mother ends up. And the kids do it, and they go home to their mothers. They get their parents to come into school and sign which agreement they want. And then we do the investigation, and they go home and say, Mum, you owe me £1,073 million. So it's a bit of fun. Now, is my partner in crime ready at the back? Somebody needs to check that he shuts his eyes in this next investigation, because you will think he's cheating and helping me. Ready for some more magic? Ready for some more magic? Right. I really, really, really need somebody to come up again and write a number on here in a minute. Will somebody come up, please? I'm harmless. You don't have to do anything very much. Yes, thank you, sir. Give him a round of applause. Okay. Okay. So, here we go. So, This is mind reading. I hope it works. Could you, sir, at the back, just click in the center of the circle to begin? Okay. So, what's your name? Fazal. Okay. I want you to do, I want you to choose a 2-digit number, so greater than 10, less than 99. And when you've chosen your number, let me just show you at the top. Here. Say you choose 73. Okay. Then you add the 7 and the 3. Altogether, 7 add 3 is 10. And then you take 10 away. Okay? So your number would be 63. Okay? When he said his number, I want you all, we won't do 63. I want you all to really, really look at the number he says, because I'm then going to try and read your mind. And when you click, hopefully, the image, the picture that you are looking at will appear here. Okay, so, sir, choose your number. He's going to choose his number. And on the board, I'm not looking, he's going to add the digits and then subtract that from his original number. And then make sure everybody can see the number you're talking about. Okay, ready? Do we have our number? So everybody look at the symbol that matches the number. Don't tell me, don't tell me. Right, all stare at it so I can look in your brains. When you're ready, if you could click the middle of the circle. Was that it? Yes! Okay. Amazing. Thank you. You and I have a magic connection. Matt, person at the back, I'm sorry, could you click down here to have another go? Click down the bottom there. Okay, who would like to come and have a go? Come on, you saw that was harmless. Yeah, no, I need some women, come on. All the men are coming up. Yes, madam, come on, thank you. You come and do the same thing. You can do it in red down here. So choose a number and then add the digits. See, this is beautifully done here. You do the same. I won't look. And just like the last puzzle, I want you to, it's not magic, it's maths. See if you can work out what I'm doing. Ready? Everybody look. Everybody look. Let me look at you. You can't see it. I can't see it, no. You're standing in the way. Can you see the one? Is it clear? Right, everybody look. Everybody look. I'm loving your reaction. Okay, sir, could you click again in the middle of the circle? Yes? Wow. One more turn. Could you click again down here, please, sir, at the back? One more turn. Really look, please. I want people, come on, madam, you saw that. Thank you. What is happening? Anyone got any idea about what's happening? I'm not going to ask you, because you might be... What do you think? Yes, sir. Oh. Hang on. Oh, you know it? Will you be quiet then? But did you have computers before?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's have one more go, and then we can look at it. What I want you to do is really look at the numbers, all of the numbers this time, before we start the next one. Okay, if anyone notices anything. Third volunteer. A third volunteer. Anybody? We have to show our children to stand up and take risks. I'm not too shy. I'm nice. Come on. No, you want to, because you've loved it. Your face has been a delight. You've enjoyed it. Right. Thank you, madam. Choose a number. You know the rules by now. Okay. I'm not going to look. Hopefully you can have these slides after me. You can play it. Okay, have you done it? You've chosen your number? Yes, okay, right. Everybody look at the symbol for her number. Okay, if you could click, please. Yes? Yeah! Okay, okay. Does anyone notice anything about the symbols? Go on. Yes, you. No exceptions. Come to the front. Come on, I'm in full teacher mode. Come to the front, Lovey. Come to the front. Come on. He said he's noticed that the numbers that you're generating are all in the 9 times table. The 9 times table is at the root of so much magic. I tell you, you go to a magic show in a theatre, lots of their tricks. Even that first one I did has to do with multiples of 9. Okay, thank you. So look at the multiples of 9, everybody. Let's have a look. We have a windmill. 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 Every multiple of 9 is a windmill. Okay? So if you do this calculation, take a number, add its digits, subtract it, you always get a multiple of 9. Now let's imagine we'd had another go. Remember how I said the multiples of 9 were windmills? Look at the multiples of 9 now. Is it still a windmill? No, it's a sort of, what is it? It's a watering can. It's a watering can. So could you click the center of the circle now, please, sir? I think a watering can will come up. Is he clicking it? Yeah? It's not magic. It's all to do with maths. It's to do with the 9 times table. Okay, so we're going to go through that. The 9 times table is wonderful. Okay, we've done that. Okay, that should be 100 square. It's slightly skewed. In our primary classrooms, in our lower primary, I'm sure we are, you should be exploring with the children the patterns that times table make. In multiples of 9, the digits always add to 9. 1 plus 8, 2 plus 7, 3 plus 6, 4 plus 5. This means if somebody bet me money, this number's in the 9 times table. I bet you a million rupees. I know this number is a multiple of 9 because when I add the digits, they add to 18, and 1 plus 8 is 9. The basic times tables are full of tricks. Another times table trick, which is easy. Multiples of 5, you know this. They always end in a 5 and a 0, okay? And there's another trick with multiples of 9. Some people know it, some people don't. Put your hands in front of you, facing you. Like this, okay? So, that's the wrong way around. So this is number 1. Ignore the picture. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I want to do 3 9s, I bend finger 3. It says 27. Okay? If I want to do 6 9s, I bend finger 6, 54. Try some yourself. 4 9s. It works all the time. Yeah, if you came to my school and they were doing a times table test, you see the children doing this. And that's fine. They're learning it. It only works for the 9 times table. So now you need to do some work now. Okay. Okay. Oopsie. On your table, you should have a sheet with circles on. Okay? So, imagine you're in lower primary. This is not for grown-ups, okay? This is not magic. This is saying to the a beautiful star. I know it's contorted because of the tree. So, this is the pattern of the 3 times table. Let's do some hypothesizing. Which other times table do you think will make the same pattern as the 3 times table? The 6s, the 9s. So let's investigate. Decide. Maybe, Madam, you say, I will do the 4 times table. You say, I will do the 6 times table. So you write it out, you underline the digits, and this is what happens. If you make a mistake, this one here, there's a mistake in the calculations, and so it doesn't look nice. If you get the maths right, I promise you will get a star of some sort. So everybody try a different times table. Write out the multiples first. Somebody has tried the 5 times table. Think about it. It's boring, the 5 times table. It just goes like, what about the 10 times table, sir? Don't just do one and say finish. Try another one. Some people are sitting like they finished. You have 6 stars to do. Try again. So was the 3 times table the same as the 6 times table? I don't know. This is making me so happy seeing grown-ups do maths. That one's gone wrong, you see, hasn't it? That's gone wrong. Oh, that's beautiful. Lovely. Write the times table in the middle of the shape, then we can see. I'm going to need to have the screens in a minute. You'll have to move, okay? What's he done? Has he made a mistake? She could see he made a mistake because his pattern was wrong. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, the 8 makes a pentagon. Try another one, lovely. Don't worry if you go wrong. Mistakes are how we learn. If you do this with the children, you do straight lines. That's okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter today, but yeah. Sorry we have no rulers, but you're very, very neat. Oh, the 11s is interesting. It goes all the way round. It's okay. Thank you. He's helped me. It's okay. Yeah? What? Oh, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Or is there something that I'm missing?
No, everybody else is doing it.
Yeah, I think I came in.
Oh, sorry. You're meant to write down your times table at the side like that. Yeah? Underline the units digit and then join up. This chat can help you. Okay. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Yeah? No, I know. I'm fine. I've plenty of time. I'm fine. I've got loads of time left. Okay. I'm going to just one more minute and then we'll look at our results. My clicker. Oh, thank you. So why? What about the, try the fours. Try the fours. Oh, look, it's not the same. How interesting. How interesting. It's okay. All right. Okay. This is making me so happy because I think as adults, we don't enjoy maths. We read to our children, we go to the cinema. How often at home, if you're a parent, do you play with numbers? Okay, now I have the really hard task, like a teacher, of saying, attention please, can you look at me? Oh, I love how you're listening. What a lovely straight back you have. Beautiful listening, madam. That's what you do as a teacher. You don't tell people off who aren't listening. You notice what you like. Whatever you notice, you get more of. If I could ask you to stop working, it makes me very happy that you're very involved, sir. Could you listen? Nope. I love it. Nothing makes me happier than a child who won't listen because they're working too hard. So we had a really good hypothesis that the pattern of the 3 times table would be the same as the pattern of the 6 times table. Was it? No! The 7s made the same pattern as the 3s. Any other patterns the same? 1 and 9 made the same. So hang on a minute, hang on. You're doing what the children do, you're shouting out. Calm down. Hang on, hang on. I love it, you're keen. So I'm hearing that the 3s and the 7s made the same. I'm hearing that the 1s and the 9s made the same. Anything else? The 4 and the 6 made the same. Oh my God, the 2 and the 8. Now this, and the what? Oh, and the 11s made the same as the 9s. And, oh my God, you did the 16 times table. Okay, so, everybody look. This is where I have to say, I don't know why. 3 and 7, 1 and 9, 4 and 6, 2 and 8. What do you notice? They add to 10. So if I show you, I think I've actually got work from my children in school. This is the children's work. Look at that. That's magic. So the times tables that make the same pattern, they add up to 10. And at this point, I have to say to you, I don't know why. Sometimes you know why as a teacher, but sometimes you just leave the children and go, wow, I don't know why that happens. We absolutely, don't think for a minute, I am obsessed. Ask any child I've taught over 40 years. I'm obsessed that children learn their times tables. My God, you must know your times tables off by heart. It is a key. But we should also spend time teaching them that times tables are patterns, and they link, and there are connections. And just like somebody did the 16 times table, oh look, 16 take away 6 is 10. Oh look, 11 take away 1 is 10. Okay? We have to teach children to seek patterns, to look for patterns, and to enjoy it. Now, I don't think we've got time to do this, but I wonder if anybody can predict it, even just by scribbling. This is another problem. We don't have time. Perhaps you can try it at home, or perhaps you can have been listening. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Maybe you can predict. This is the challenge. If you think of consecutive numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, the question is, which numbers from 1 to 50 can you make by adding consecutive numbers? So, I know 0 is allowed, so I can make 1, 0 and 1. Can I make 2? No, 1 plus 1 is not consecutive numbers. Can I make 2? No, I cannot make 2. Can I make 3? Can I make 4? Maybe I can't make any even numbers. Can I make 5? 2 plus 3. Can I make 6? I can use more than 2. Yes, 1 plus 2 plus 3. Oh, okay. Can I make 7? Well, how do I do 7? 3 plus 4. Can I make 8? Actually, I shouldn't have allowed you to use 0. Can't make 1. Okay. Look at the ones I can't make. 1, 2, 4, 8. Have we talked about that sequence today? It's the binary sequence again, isn't it? Okay. So does anybody want to predict what's going to be the next number that I won't be? 16. If I hadn't taught you about that sequence, you would not be being a mathematical pattern seeker. You would not be looking for the things. Well done, you. Good boy. Well done. So this is what we do. We're doing the calculation, but we're going, I've got a hypothesis. I think we can't make any even numbers. We could make an even number. But there's that binary sequence again. If you fill your classroom with pattern and sequences, you will meet the Fibonacci sequence a lot. You will meet the binary sequence a lot. It all hooks together. So, last thoughts from me, and then I'll try and explain why the first trick worked. And you can do it on somebody at home. Okay. So, we must create not children who do maths. For the future, we must create mathematicians. And so first and foremost, you absolutely must know your number facts because that's what you use. They have to be in your long-term memory. We've talked in the training we've done with Beacon House, you must have routines to learn your times tables. Parents, you must prioritize that at home. But then in class, the more opportunities you give children, like we've done this morning, to play with maths, to problem solve, to investigate, the better. And the other thing I think, finished, done, children must learn to struggle and to get stuck and to not be able to do it. Otherwise, we create children who don't cope well with failure. And we talk about a growth mindset a lot in the UK, that I can't do it yet, that I'm going to keep trying. We should value mistakes and errors. And it was lovely when some of you knew you'd gone wrong in the drawings because your pattern was wrong, but you laughed. You didn't cry and stomp and sulk, you laughed about it, because mistakes are how we learn. And it's good that you were talking to each other and that you were working together and developing teamwork. So that, from the other side of the world, from the UK, that is what I would leave you with. And I also hear very loudly at this conference, you know, you're doing a brilliant job for children at Beacon House. Those are children whose parents have. Yeah, and it's been really interesting hearing other speakers talk about what about those children who have not. What more can we do? You value a society by how it looks after its weakest. You have a big job in Pakistan, okay? And as the speaker said earlier on the platform before, how can you get that, you work together, public, private, together to do it? I don't know if anybody's read this book. Has anybody read this book by Atul Gawande? He's American, he's Indian, but he was born in America. He's a surgeon. And it's a brilliant book, actually. He goes into hospitals in New York where the death rate is terrible, terrible. And do you know how he reduces the death rate? The death rate after surgery. All he does is introduce proper hand washing. The death rate in surgery dramatically drops. It wasn't some clever new machinery. And so in the book, he goes through public sector problems. Public sector problems. What do we do? And this book, this is how I ran my school when I was a head teacher. He says, when you are solving a large problem, when you are solving a problem for your community, be ingenious, be diligent, and do the right thing. And I like that. And I think I would say to Pakistan, that's how to approach the problems that you have really with broadening education. So, that's me done. A little bit ahead of time. Points to me, please. Would you like me to show you how that trick works? Okay. So what I'd say to you is, make notes on how to do the trick, because you can go home and do it. You ready? Remember how I said mathematics is magic? Yeah? So, before you even came in the hall, I had my book, Before you even walked in, I knew that it would be page 108. I knew it would be word number 9. So I put the envelope under your chair, that wasn't magic, and I gave Humera the book, and that wasn't magic. So we work backwards. So we know, so what you do at home tonight, you get a book, you find page 108, you work out what word number 9 is, and you put it in an envelope. And then people gave me lots of numbers. You gave me all sorts of numbers, didn't you? It's 526, okay? And I said, choose. It does not matter what number you start with, as long as the digits are different. Okay? So let's take 724. If I start with a different number from the one we did before, hang on. Yeah, was that right? 11 take 2 is 9. 64 is 2. Okay, right. So, first of all, you reverse the number and you find the difference. And then you reverse the number and you add. Oh, look. You will always, always get 1089. It doesn't matter what number you start with. If you do the mathematics correctly, you will end up with 1089. So you can only do this trick once on your family. Because the second time you do the trick, what a mystery, it's the same number. Okay, so promise me you'll do that tonight with your family. Yeah? Have you enjoyed it? Yeah. Then I have been successful, thank you.